Hello and welcome to Tales Across Time and Space. I'm Thomas, your game master, and I'm joined by Genius B.
Hey, it's me, JNESB. I'm playing the Lynx Smith. Oh, wait, sorry, memory, Janox.
I can't
And
tell if that slip up was on purpose or staged.
no, that was
It was. Very
it
hard.
was on purpose. Uh, Next up, looking for a persona, it's Zeistund.
Oh, damn, I thought I was third. Shit.
I'm sorry, I got mixed up.
Hello, I am Zoe, and I'm the Discord. Now
I
that was a
thought
slip
I
up.
thought the list that was on my phone was like, oh, it's the same order, but nope, it's not. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I swear we didn't forget about him. It's Radical Dishonesty.
Hey, I'm Radical Dishonesty. I'm playing Sohoy, the chosen one.
Oh no, not again. It's Crystal and Kitsune.
Not again?
That was a quote reference to your line from last time.
Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Crystal Kitsune, and I am playing Laura the Squirrel Mystic.
Yeah, so flashback to last time, there was some discussion about the fate of the ship on the world of in the last world of the Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't remember the full content of what's up because I kind of skipped over that because I wanted to just focus on what happened after that point. But there was discussion. Dyson threatened Millen with waterboarding. Eventually, though, Solheim discovered that he could open the portals because the issue that
I remember what the discussion was beforehand. Sohoy was accused in multiple different ways of being the bad guy, and Sohoy was like, "No," but didn't have any proof. So,
and now because of our earlier conversation, I have Beyond Blue Eyes going through my head again.
No one
boy.
knows what it's like
it's like to be hated.
To be faded.
Anyways,
Telling only lies.
And then we get taken off YouTube.
No, we can't get demonetized because we're not monetized. So ha!
We can't get demonetized if we're not monetized.
I'm sorry, I love the original version of that song.
Anyways,
It's a good song.
Yes.
So yeah. Eventually, though, so like I said, Sohei realized he could open a portal. He tried to think of a world that Millen was supposed to go to, and then Dyson just decided, like, oh, okay, and jumped in along with Laura shortly behind, I believe, if I remember correctly. Jane lingered a little bit to try to ask Millen about what he knew about the Forgotten Master, but he's called the Forgotten Master for a reason. And it's not because he's particularly memorable. But then Jane jumped in, and then Sohoy, just before departing, Sohoy, grabbed Millen and held him close, and then kind of suplexed him into the portal along with Sohoy. At least that's how I picture it.
More or less.
Like, you're coming with me.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the portal, you guys emerge in Sherwood Forest, taking on the forms of Zeiston the Wolf, Laura the Squirrel, Sohoy the Hawk, Janox the Lynx, hence the Lynx Smith joke, and lastly, Millen the Human. Apparently, Millen is unaffected by whatever caused you guys to appear in line with this world.
Now I'm remembering all the things I wanted to say like before the session that I didn't get to say, but I don't want to say on camera. So great.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
To be fair, like
I am
at
least his fault. I encouraged people to talk about the thing we're talking about. Anyway, let's. No one here needs to know that.
Oh, and I realized I went into the recap without talking about the updates. We'll finish the recap, then I'll circle back to the updates. We are all on the ball today. That ball
Where's
is
Rick Ball?
sadness. I don't know where I was going with that one.
I said, why are we in a ball of sadness?
I don't know. Laura tried to transform Millen into a squirrel, but something apparently is shielding him from the effects of external magics. That's not suspicious at all. And lastly, we left off as a group of what looked like to be wolf guards were chasing a bear and a fox carrying a large bags full of coin. But we'll get back to that. But first, I have some announcements here. So, first off, hopefully this weekend I will be commissioning the artwork so that we will be able to start our Life is Strange playthrough for streaming like that. So this one will be a little different than the MOM stuff, which is more done casually. This will be kind of like we're gonna set a preset time and we're gonna just run the show, run it through as much as we want to do time wise. The other thing, we will be posting at some point in the near future a roughly bi-weekly show. Which is going to be a recorded session of me, Crystalum, you remember Ari from some of our live streams, and a couple of other people, and we're going to be doing a play test of my in-development Champions Bond system, which is a system designed for running a game with a kid and their monster kind of genre stuff. Specifically, we'll be using it to run a Digimon game. So, it may, because this is going to be a little different group of people, that's part of the reason why it's going to be recorded and not live streamed directly, so that I can just kind of apply editing discretion to it if need be, and try to keep things PG-13. That's stuff coming down the docket. Hopefully, it will be coming soon. But
To a theater near you.
Nothing's coming soon to a theater near you.
Theater, then it would not do so good because of the pandemic.
Coming soon to a streaming service near you. Accurate on multiple levels.
That's more fair.
All right. So, anyways, with that out of the way, it brings us to today's episode, Lally.
Oodalali.
Lally.
Oodalali.
I even watched it earlier
Oodalali,
today.
oodalali, golly, what a day.
No, golly, what a day is next episode. Anyways. So we kind of open up as you see the fox and bear running down, the guards passing you by on this worn dirt road, shouting, "Halt, bandits!" What do you do?
Well, I'm going to assume they're talking about me, so I'm going to run away.
So are you...
immediately ducks into the bushes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were like running down the road or running back the way you came. I just want to know where you're running away to.
Probably down the road, just for the comedy sake.
Okay. So you're a wolf running down the road in leather.
Yep.
All right. Anyone else have a...
Can I see if I can just snag him by the scuff of like his clothes and to prevent him and be like, "Not you!" I point at the fox and bear.
Yeah, you're fine to do that as well. Like unless Zyson says no, I'm not doing that, then we'll have some rolls. But right now, that's fine and dandy.
No, I don't mind if you want to grab me before I run.
Grabs you by the hood.
Aha.
Although hearing that these are thieves, I assume we're going to try and help chase them down for a moment.
Well, what does Laura think about that?
I don't know how far away from us they are.
I think I am gonna go for chasing them down.
All right, so Alright, I feel like Laura's probably going to be the one taking the most point here.
Point?
As in, like, being the most aggressive at hunting down thieves.
Yeah.
I follow up though. I follow up. So who's trying to be?
I was gonna say Sohoy would at least follow. I think.
Yeah, I know, but I was saying for the sake of rolling dice.
Yeah.
So, why don't you give me a push through
Let
stress?
me open my box first.
I need to do my new roll.
Anyways, I was going to be explaining it, and wow, I just realized Laura has no heart links at all.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't found anyone yet.
Well, heart links are supposed to be about
No.
understanding yourself through other people.
Well, what I mean is I haven't understood myself through any people yet. I don't mean I found one. What did you think I meant?
I thought you were misinterpreting when someone who
I'm
has
not in
your
love
heart.
yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I haven't. Otherwise, Dyson and Janice would probably both have it by now.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I had one with Janox.
Yeah, but I think we actually changed it because it was the with the end of session move.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
anyways, I'm gonna say roll with your mastery link. So roll +4, I think is the cap.
Holy shit!
Also, I'm
Wow.
doing my roll right now.
That was so bad.
Mhm.
What was
I wanted to bring it up
Um,
now because my new move I picked up.
Oh yes.
From Lally. I did my roll.
All right. Let me check that.
I got a frickin' 2!
Plus. Here, can I see the book here a second? I'm trying to pull up mine, but it's quicker just to look this up. I just need to see the max for rolling with links. +4. If you want, you can spend a link to add +1 to roll and get a
God,
7.
please, yes.
So, what link do you want to spend?
I don't know, pick one.
I'm not taking it for you.
I
dear.
don't see my links, they're not in front of me.
They're right over on the.
Oh,
I can't see
let me
there.
check the screen.
Where are my
Janox,
glasses?
Millen,
On the floor.
Archimedes,
On the floor? Where?
Gaston, Dyson, Alt Merlin, Forgotten Master,
Where?
and
Honey, they're right next to your
Oh, I see them.
your charge cord there.
Sorry, I need to be able to see.
I understand, dear.
I'll spend my link with Gaston.
Okay. No one hunts thieves like Gaston.
oh, you're channeling Gaston. There we go.
All right, that adds you a +1, so you know you have a 7 on the.
So now I have a 7?
Yep.
Oh,
which-
it's a plus, just a +1?
Yeah, we're not re-rolling anymore.
So as if I rolled a... Where's 2? 2! There we go.
Yep. So you get to pick one from the
Okay.
the push through stress. Succeed at what you're attempting. Take +1 forward. Ask a question about the scene or gain an advantageous position. See, this is one of the few.
Gain an advantageous position.
Yeah, this is one of the few times where I feel like you don't necessarily want your characters to succeed because you know some stuff on a meta level.
Yeah.
But okay. Do you have an idea of what that advantageous position would be, or I'm just making sure before I start filling in blanks?
No.
Okay, so
Maybe I'm in a tree? I don't know. I am a squirrel. I could climb up at a tree and be able to kind of jump at them.
okay.
I mean, you're
what I'm
also
gonna
a person squirrel, so
Yeah.
But I have the climbing ability of a squirrel. And the jumping ability of Lara.
I'm gonna say
Of a squirrel version of Lara, which is pretty...
Love. I'm gonna say that you're not like physically capable of doing more than you couldn't do already. Which not to belittle what you could do already, but
Which is pretty vast.
yeah. Okay. Well, also for Jane, for your roll there, remember when you roll with links, you are capped at +4. Not that it changed much for you.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot how the rules work with my new link thing. That's why I was like,
Anyways,
Yes, I have a new link ability for those watching that basically at the beginning of the session I roll with my highest link and I get to hold some bonuses to prevent losing links from ones for the session.
Yep. Alright, so, words and things. Alright, so what I'm gonna say is, like, Robin Hood pulls some pretty tricky maneuvers. And you actually, because you didn't choose to see, you do not catch him. But you are getting in an advantageous position, and that is, I'm going to say, is the guards are impressed by how much of a chase you put on. So, the guards are impressed with what you've been doing.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So being Zyston, I obviously want the bandit to get away.
Well, the
I
bandit
want a bit
did.
of that.
Yeah, the bandit did get away,
Oh, okay.
which is what. Which is what I
Lyson's
was
like, oh no, they escaped.
Yeah.
Whatever
How
will we
tragic.
do?
Look, it's not my fault I run.
Because
I
Lyson is
am
like,
a
I
wolf
wanted that
wearing
gold.
leather. Something of that effect, I don't know. So, the guards kind of.
Yeah, I knew Zyston. It's just I want gold.
So, if anyone else wants to do anything in this little merry chase you're on, otherwise we'll kind of keep moving. Laura, who was kind of leading
I
your
can do it.
pack.
Oh no, I
is-
imagine she was trying to catch him, and we can kind of use it as group roll. The rest of us are probably pretty close behind.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if anyone else wants to do anything, but we're gonna roll towards the interaction with the guards.
Okay.
Zyston might have been trying to throw them down with magnetism, but
Burr is not magnetic, unfortunately.
I don't know. But they have like weapons and shit stuff.
I know. I don't know. So, all right, the guards kind of approach Laura as kind of the head of your little group here, because she got the advantageous position, so she's going to be the focal point of this. So it's like,
Okay.
she's just being approached as the point person. You're free to interject and chime in here. I'm just sorry. My brain is like, what? These are unvoiced characters. What do they sound like? Can you please not lean on my story? It's distracting. I know it's comfy. I normally wouldn't mind it, but I just. Alright. Sorry, my brain is just giving me a little bit of a fart right now.
I remember all the grunts basically had a pretty deep voice. Like I remember the crocodile.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, the crocodile, yes, but these were just like the random wolves charge.
Yeah.
With the pikes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm just trying to figure. Like, I have ideas of what they want to say. I'm just trying to parse it in my brain. Thank you, Wanderer, for your attempt at the assistance. Unfortunately, the dastardly Robin Hood has escaped yet again from the riches from our king.
Oh, that was addressed to me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Brain part here.
I understand the feeling.
Yeah, we're just getting in there and it's like,
yeah.
Wait.
Who were they?
That was the notorious thief Robin Hood and his accomplice Little John.
Robin Hood.
One and the same.
like, I don't know if we're going by legends and stories, but like would have the original been kind of known to my character, even if it's a little second-handed?
I'm not gonna say outright because, like, I imagine there is a original Robin Hood world in the original, everyone's original universes. So instead, I'm gonna actually have you roll roll plus heart to deep dive.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going at. I was like, I don't think you wanted to just give me that, but I was like, oh, well, if I can do a deep dive roll because it makes sense,
Yeah.
I'll take that, sure.
Yep.
And my heart is at what? It's at a whopping 3, so I rolled with +2.
You're rolling +3. I see 4 heart links on you, so that would be +3.
Each as you roll the
It's
number of
-1. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have 4
It's
links.
-1.
Because you have 1 to Janox, 1 to
Sorry.
Maleficent, 1 to Alternate Merlin, and 1 to Millen. So
Merlin and Millen.
Oh, wait, did I do that? No, yeah, that's way off. Why did I screw that up?
that's what you rolled. You rolled +2. First off, no dice, and also remember it's +3.
Oh,
keep
I
telling
thought
you,
it was -1 according to what
Yeah, it is -1, but you have 4 heart links.
Oh, I do? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Macro fail there.
Yeah, the macro hasn't worked for weeks. I have just kind of given up on the macro.
All right, there we go. All right. Oh God, though.
On a miss.
I don't think, but I will spend one of my hold to prevent losing that link.
Okay. Do you want to spend a link to bump that up from a miss to a light hit?
A light hit?
Like, so you get to ask one question.
You know what? Yeah, more the joke of just because, so I can get rid of that joke I was having earlier. I went to remove my Darkwing with Zeiston. That was more for the joke of it initially, but I can burn my link with him for the moment.
1 second here. I'm just trying to find my control panel. This. Untitled there. It'll just be easier if I actually titled it.
I was going to make the joke. Everybody hates me. Oh my.
Actually, you can't spend your link with Zeiston because it's already spent. It's a locked link.
Oh. I thought I could unlock.
You can't unlock a link just to spend
that meant though that. Okay. I gotta look over my list real quick.
Yep.
Begin the stream.
Super spent my link.
I get my stream up here so I can check all this. Okay. I am trying to learn about a legend. I think this might be a time to burn an old legend away. So I'm going to burn my link with Keish, who we are trying to break all links and ties to.
The Forgotten Master?
No, the session we refused.
Okay, that guy. You're finally spending this stupid link.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of our last traces of that before.
All right, so that bumps you up to a 7.
Before.
So you get to ask one question. What here could I use to blink? What here is not as it seems? What's the best way out of the situation? What is the biggest threat here? And what was done here recently?
I think the whatever the second option was,
what is not as it seems?
Or what is either, what's not as it seems. So because I imagine with my lore, since that was the question I was going with.
So you kind of search your memory kind of thing, like this is seemingly familiar, then you remember you actually had been to a very similar world. The feel of it is slightly different, but this is one of those times where Zeisson was drunk, so you were doing stuff with Zetrix. Oddly, you always seem to end up in the worlds where you had to change body types or something. It's almost like Zeiston had some idea of what was happening, and that's when he got really drunk.
What I was kind of going for was from memory from my somebody, and thus
Okay.
the actual canonical story.
Yeah.
So hearing the word Robin Hood immediately would give me the concept of, wait a second.
Well, I'm
This
just
is a
trying to
little
say,
off, but okay,
yeah. Just
kind
I'm
of the
gonna.
situation.
I don't know necessarily how I would. It feels a little like that.
It's all right. It's all
Yeah,
right.
you're some. Remember,
Awkward,
that's not even
like-
your somebody anymore. That's like that's too. It feels a little too many steps removed for.
Oh yeah, that's like just doing somebody. I know it's all weird with being a replica of the heart nobody.
Yeah.
Now I know how Shion feels.
But yes, but basically you've encountered this a world like this, and like the worlds are slightly different from each other because you're in a parallel world. But you remember that, yes, you encountered you had at least heard stories about the Robin Hood. He was kind of a hero to some of the people because they said he stole from the rich to give to the poor. So but that's all you've heard.
So yes, in realizing this, I'm gonna go. I'll look at these wolves and go, oh, Robin Hood, really in this forest?
I know we thought this route was safe. That's why we were escorting the king in his share in his most recent collection of taxes.
How rich is this king, by the way? Dyson leans over, like.
I think you're trying to convince somebody to here. So roll plus heart.
All right.
Oh,
Let's see. My heart is 0. I'm going to use our new fancy thingy. Let's say a 1 and a 3, so 4 plus 0. So I don't even think I can bump that up.
All right, so well, you could bump that up. It would take the whole team trying to help you with relevant links to bump that up. So
yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be interested in Zyson's get-rich schemes.
The get-rich-quick scheme.
Okay, yes, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing with this one. I know exactly what I'm doing with this one.
Oh,
The guards kind of look at you as you ask the question, and it's like, wait, aren't you that deserter? The new recruit who disappeared earlier today. As they kind of grab you and like, you are derelict in your duties. We need to pull you back to the barracks and get you back in uniform. Sohoy, you've been quiet. What do you do when this starts happening?
If they're going to try to get close, gonna look to the others and either have that help me look or run away.
Sohoy kind of has this like look on his face. I'm like, no, he's been with us for like days. He's not a new recruit.
I'm afraid you might have been mistaken on your thing.
All right, Sohoy, I'm gonna actually have Sohoy do the convince somebody as well. So roll plus heart.
Okay.
Trying to be better about actually using this move. This is the one I am the worst about.
3 rolls, like 5 minutes into session. What is this madness?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll leave that.
Also, reminder to both Zeiston and to Rad to mark experience after this.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I have advances that I haven't taken. It's true. I'm looking at my sheet. I should do that. Anyway, yeah, he's just not convinced. That seems pretty easy.
Oh no! Even if he's not convinced, and I'm supposed to make a move to keep this fiction rolling.
Oh, okay. I see. Because otherwise, it's just like, nothing happens. Oh, okay.
No, that's the last thing you want.
That makes sense. Sure.
Yeah. So, kind of the guards kind of look around at you, the group of you, and it's like, where are you from, anyways? Also, I'm gonna just say, for the sake of the narrative right now, Millen's kind of hiding behind people and like not trying not to be noticed as clearly not non-native species here.
Yes.
Well, the thing about that, and Zyson just starts running away.
I mean, that does fit Tyson's personality.
All right. You know what? You're gonna run away. They're gonna try to chase you. So, what do you do? Are you just gonna try to book it hardcore? Are you gonna try to fight them off? Are you gonna try to weave a spell of enchantment? Are you going to breathe on them?
I'm just going to try to. We're gonna go with the apt runaway Rimmer style.
All right, so roll to push through stress, and I'm gonna say you're gonna be rolling plus your dark links.
All right.
Because this is about serving you and you alone.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
3.
I also had something on the Tyson as well, but.
Is there a way I can add like a number to this new dice roller?
No, it's kind of hard. Just use the roll of the dice. It's still in early access, so. But the character sheet builder is mostly like that. Is the biggest reason I care about it.
That is an 8.
All right. Pick one. Succeed at what you're attempting. Take +1 forward. Ask a question about the scene, or gain an advantageous position.
I think succeed at what I'm doing is probably the thing that I want to do.
All right. So, Dyson and a handful of guards disappear off into the woods, leaving the remainder of the guards and the rest of you sitting here as you see a bunch of rhino kind of come into the scene, like with also wielding spears. It looks like they were like the wolves are quicker, but these guys are like the heavier infantry. What do you do?
I'm curious on how they're looking at it at this point.
Well, right now the two wolves are kind of are now have leveled their spears. They're kind of holding you three at spear point, and the rhinos are just kind of looking to them to see what the situation is.
Whoa! You got the wrong idea, guys. We can all talk about this.
Boy, I bet you were really wishing you had the Linksmith playbook where you could just touch them and change their memories.
No, my character I probably imagine it like, why did I have to lose those powers?
I mean, you have them. You just have to use cast magic to do them. They're just harder to use. They're just not as instinctual.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm just looking over it. You know what? I think that is pretty proficient. Is I do want to try. Like, how many of the guards were from the original group?
I'll
Nearby?
say two of them remained. The person who has been kind of then the spokesperson, and one other.
All right.
And
Well,
I'll say a
that's
group
the
of like
perfect
3 of them
group of
ran
people.
off after Zyson.
Do this over by just bolting. I would like to try and manipulate, like holding out my hand to go, like, look, I'm not doing it, I want to gently lay my hand on each of their shoulders and try to modify their memory to remove Zeiston from the memory entirely. So whatever Zeiston said, no longer relevant.
Okay. Roll plus mastery. So, looking at your stats, roll plus 1.
God, that's going to be terrible. That's not.
You know, plus 1 is good, right?
Well, yeah, +1 compared to anything else, but oh boy.
You want to spend a link to bump that up by 1?
Well, that's going to make it from up to 7, which would be a success, I guess.
Yeah, it would be. I will point out to you, you do have an unspent locked link with Sohoy.
Oh yeah. See, that's one I could have spent instead of getting rid of the who is no longer relevant. But yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I'll spend my locked link with Sohoy because part of doing this is defending Sohoy as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
trying to throw off the remainder of us from being hostile with these guards,
Okay.
at least temporarily.
So you get to choose one from this list. This list is I'm going to add one specifically for you that is change or alter their memories. But I am going to read the whole list because there are certain things you need to keep in mind. The magic reshapes your environment. Magic opens something. Magic causes one harm. Magic heals one harm. Hits more than one entity. Has no unintended consequences. Creates an illusion. Inflicts a semi-permanent condition or bypasses defenses.
So at this point, like, I think multiple targets because there was 2 of them.
You get to pick one.
If I can do that because I had my hand on both, then no unintended consequences.
All right, you have one right now. So you get to pick. So you talked about wanting to do no unintended consequences, more than one entity, and there's also the change or alter their memories.
Oh, change or alter their memory then.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that just be change or alter the or the first one?
Yeah, because that's the one I added into the list specifically for Janox because they still have the memory powers, and I'm just kind of ruling that's how your memory powers exist as an option on cast magic. So if you do choose that, whose memories are you altering?
Probably the lead guy, the one who seems to be taking the lead in this situation. Moving Zeiston from his memory, basically.
All right. And honestly, like, the fact that you can't affect more than one entity is its own unintended consequences.
Yeah.
Making my job very easy.
Because I didn't roll high, this is probably not going to do a ton.
Well, it is and it is and it isn't. But because you do something, something happens and things move forward. So it's like the one of the rhinos speaks in a gruff voice, is like, "What's happened?" And then the spokesman Wolf said, "We found these." I'm going to say he hasn't noticed Millen because Millen is trying to hide, just for my sanity.
Yeah.
These
I
three
imagine Millen's in the forest.
These 3 interlopers. The other wolf looks to him and like, "What about the one who ran off with 3 of your guards? Where did the rest of the guards go?" But there was only 3. Look, they're lying about, and they start fighting and arguing, and the rhino is just rolling his eyes. So what were you trying to say, Zyson?
Oh, what was I trying to say? Shit, I forgot.
Oh, there's your unintended consequences, Jane.
Well, unintended consequence. That seems like a good thing. They're distracted now.
Well, we're gonna cut over to Zyson. So, how did you lose your metaphorical tail?
I guess just Spider-Man chain up to a tree and hide there.
All right, yeah, they just ran right past you. They're not bright.
Mhm.
So you're right now in the middle of a woods, and that you are unfamiliar with, away from the rest of your group. What do you do?
That is a good question. Why am I always separated in woods? Right.
Hey, you
Well,
chose to run
hopefully
off,
this
not
time
me.
you don't end up with teeth as a chandelier.
Mhm. All right. So I will wander through this woods trying to find the exit.
All right. I'm not gonna have you roll for this because I'm gonna keep you separated from the group for a little bit. You
Mhm.
instead stumble upon the earlier. You've stumbled upon a campsite with the previously seen fox and bear kind of looking over their gains.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I am going to smile and walk up and say, "Nice job, fellas."
The
I happen to see the tail end of it.
yeah the bear kind of gets right up in your face and is like kind of like looking like to be more of the more physically imposing of the two. Um,
Mhm.
Obviously the characterization is going to be a little different than the actual movie because this is the live action remake, so of course it's going to be a little more serious.
Oh god, they're making a live action remake of this?
Yeah, actually.
Theoretically.
No, I actually have seen some information that they are working on it.
Oh gosh.
Mm.
Oh,
This is
dear.
actually not the Pirates world is the only one that is something I chose to pretend it exists.
Mhm.
So
I just thought we were going with the actual like thing because it was never in a Kingdom Hearts. But okay.
nope. The point of this is you're not in that because like they could do it someday, but this is a parallel world where that's the point of this world is it's the remakes of everything.
Okay.
Remake spin-offs, basically live action versus animated and vice versa. So, anyways,
Mhm.
it's like and so as like Little John kind of I'm just gonna be calling them by their name as Little John kind of kind of stands imposingly in you, and the Robin Hood kind of looks you over and just like, and the reason you chased your little group chased us was because you wanted our autograph.
Oh no, that's speciesist. First of all, I'm not
What do
with
you?
them.
So you're not with the squirrel, the hawk, and the lynx.
Oh, well, I'm with them, but not with them. With I don't agree with their philosophies on things.
Wow.
And what exactly is your
Allow me to introduce
philosophy on
myself.
things?
I'm Captain Zeistund. Sorry, what was that?
His question is, so what exactly is your philosophy on things?
Well, let's just say I'm kind of on the opposite end of the law. Zeistund says as he pulls out one of the bags of gold.
Okay, wait, what bags of gold? Are you like trying to
Uh, either
just
one of his bags of gold or probably stole one from Little John.
okay? This is the point
Hello?
where we're definitely gonna have you make a roll here, but I'm not gonna have
All
you
right.
like push through stress to steal it. Like I'm gonna say you steal it. You're making a convince somebody roll for to make a to try to see if they will find this charming versus you need to get lost now.
Mm-hmm.
A
No,
roll
this
plus
sounds
heart.
completely reasonable.
All right. So.
All the bad rolls today.
Yeah, I know. Do I have anything I can do here to here? Because I would like to be friends with these guys because they're my people.
Pirate.
Okay, no.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do to this one, but so this is what happens: is like you get Little John just kind of grabs you and slams you up against a tree as Robin Hood kind of approaches like, Captain, as it were. I think you got the wrong idea here. We're not in it for, as he pulls the bag, for the money. We are here to borrow this from those who can afford it and give it to those who can't. We're not in it to make money. Understand?
Clearly.
But was that a really or a clear? What did you actually say? I couldn't parse that.
I said clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was I said being slammed against a tree. The
Little John kind of let you kind of have a little bit of slack and set you down, and is like, so we're gonna just head our separate ways. We're because obviously we can't trust a thief like you, and you are looking for the wrong kind of business here. What do you do?
let's see.
If you want,
I could try. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
I was
if you want to
thinking
give
maybe I could
more
do
time, we could
make
jump
your
over
phone
to the other
small to
group.
get out of this kind of. Yeah.
We'll jump back over to the. All right. Laura, you are right
Sohoy is
now.
like, oh,
All right. Oh yeah, Sohei, if you have something you want to say, Sohei, go ahead.
well, actually, tell me what's going on first. I should do
The
that. I've
wolves
been
have been
waiting on
arguing.
a thing I want to say,
Yeah,
but
the wolves have spent just a long time arguing over the existence or non-existence of Zeiston, and where the three of them that were hunting him down went off to. So, is there anything you want Sohei to do?
are we just standing there like in
Well,
front of them?
basically, I'm just saying, like, you guys can do something right now. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to do something, but there are those two arguing and a bunch of Rhino heavy guards here. So,
Because of this, I imagine there's only one set of spears aiming, one spear aiming at the group of us right now.
there's no spears aimed at you right now because the two of them are focusing on arguing with each other, and the Rhinos don't actually know what's going on yet, so they haven't realized if you're a threat or what's going on, because this is just they're just kind of confused and just trying to wait till this actually settles out a bit, or they lose patience. So, what do you guys do?
It's like, God, already getting us in crap immediately.
I have an idea, but I'm gonna give Laura and Sohoy a chance to answer first.
Mm-hmm.
Does Laura have anything that she would like to do?
No, not yet.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
anybody is like, there's a strong thing we should do here. We're all kind of like, what's going on?
Well, I imagine, depending on the situation, I'd like to try to like slink it into hiding in a nearby bush or something,
All right.
kind of directing Laura and Sohoy to slip away as well.
All right. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say
I
Def-
imagine I give him a nudge first, and then kind of like point over to like a nearby bush or something that's like next to a tree. Can be enough cover that we can quote slink away, hopefully, while they're arguing.
yeah. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be a push through stress, and you're gonna be rolling plus dark links. I'm gonna say so that is +4.
Because it's a little sneaky, a little conniving.
Yep, sneaky dark
That makes
stuff.
sense. That makes sense.
Note here, I'm gonna say something. If you don't gain an advantageous position, only one of you can get away.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to roll a good roll here.
That'll do.
Oh, that should be fine.
All right, Laura and Sohoy, are you going off? Are you following the your links and sneaking off away from these guards?
Yeah.
You too, Sohoy? Making sure you're following the lead.
Yeah. If we're leaving, I'm leaving.
So yeah, so there's just eventually you hear that as you kind of slink off for a bit, you hear the arguing continue until eventually you hear a loud clunk, which sounds like two of their heads being smacked together.
Is there some way just getting mistaken can also be Zeiston's fault? That would make this a lot easier.
Making mistaken? What?
What a mistaken identity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just make it just clarifying what you were talking about.
Yeah. Cause
Yes, they seem to be suspicious of outsiders here, because once they ask where we were from, which is usual. This is Millen talking.
Yes, I kind of figured.
Just reminding people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you not looking like
I
the
figured.
locals at all. Do I look like a local? Hold on, does this even look like a local? I didn't see any birds.
To be fair, we just saw wolves and rhinos, so they didn't like.
Well, there's a bear and a fox. But they were also being attacked by the wolves and rhinos.
Another Tuesday night.
Maybe they just didn't recognize it.
So I'm sorry.
Anyway, maybe
Laura,
we should get
was it?
you like a.
Mm-hmm.
Genox here you said to try an illusion or something. At least you did before you tried metamorphosing me.
Yeah.
Do you think that you might be able to try that again with less attempts? Because maybe if you put it around me, whatever is shielding me won't react negatively to that.
I'd say I could do that.
It'd be appreciated. So roll plus mastery.
My mastery. +2. Oh, please don't give me 2 1s again. Yay!
Oh yeah, you do it. You get to pick 3.
Okay.
Open something, causes 1 harm. No unintended consequences. Creates an illusion.
It's called cast magic, right?
Yep, cast magic. You get to choose
let's see.
3 from the list.
Has no unintended consequences. What we're doing is technically an illusion, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
completely what he asked.
No
you to do.
unintended consequences, creates an illusion, and afflicts a semi-permanent condition.
Okay, so it's gonna last until you dispel it.
Yeah,
is what we'll say with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what species do you go for?
Melon. I'm thinking owl. I don't know why Melon
Oh, great!
feels like
Thank
an
you
owl.
for trying to force me into talking with Archimedes, because Archimedes is going to comment.
Yes, Melon feels like an owl. I don't know. I mean,
That's
he's your
fine, that's-
character. He's your character.
What do you think I had? Like, it made sense for him to not to change, but it also meant I didn't have to try to do a thing because I know because he's my character, what my brain would default to. Because
Fox.
yes, but I realized like no, that's probably just me.
It's you who would.
And this is This Millen is different than my OC Millen.
Yeah.
They just look the same. So
Right. No, I actually, the more I think about it, the more I thought that my choice of a bird is more and more appropriate because, you know, Sohoy is kind of a flighty. Come on.
yeah. Anyway, so you create the illusion of an owl. And like that.
Okay, that one's not just going to
works.
pop off immediately like the other stuff.
No, it's basically because it's shelled around it. Because Laura read into whatever's protecting Millen last time, so she knows how to kind of layer it outside of him. Like she can't do anything directly to him, magically speaking, but putting an illusion around it, kind of thing. And this is Archimedes kind of puffs up and looks a little proud. I knew I had, and just said, I knew I had a good influence on you. You hear that? Here?
Yes, I
Okay.
knew I had a good influence on you.
Okay. Just sorry. When you look at your phone, it's hard to tell if you are engaged. Sorry.
Also, if Archimedes is with us, curiosity, is he also an anthropized version
No,
of
we
himself?
actually discussed this last time, and I made the joke is be thankful he's just a normal owl, and be thankful I didn't turn him into a small naked human clinging to Lara's shoulders.
Oh. That would have been amazing.
Well, too bad. He is pet. Okay. I'm gonna. He is Spike. He doesn't get to turn into a person. He's a pet.
The worst part is like the analogy is not wrong.
I know, right? The whole reason is you don't want to have to treat him more like a full character. Okay. Anyway, I'm like, okay, so, I guess you wanted to go here. I guess we can let Zeiston go do whatever he wants to do. You wanted to go here, though. Point at Millen. Maybe, if this is the right place.
I hope it's the right place. We'll have to find a library here. There's supposed to be a library with a lot of this particular tome, a particular tome I'm looking for. And he just kind of looks around at the forests around him and is like,
Is it the Lux?
Logo.
Is it Lux Logos?
no, it's not the Lux.
I do the logo.
I mean, I would love to find it,
Or the
but I doubt
logo
it's just sitting in a random library.
I mean, who else would do it? Someone finds it, they're like, "Where are we taking it?" Well, I guess we'll put it in a library.
He chuckles to himself a bit at that. It's like, while you, yeah. I will say this: as much as I miss Silas, you have a much better outlook on life than he did.
So I actually like, can you see my face with the thing? He goes from like
kind of the drooping, the smile kind of drooping down a little, kind of thing.
Yeah, the smile dripping down with the 1,000-yard stare.
No happy bird face.
No,
it's really weird because there's also a beak involved in that one. That is a complex expression.
Actually, so what probably forces it back on in a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do that. Screw that Zeiston guy. Let's figure out where books are.
Yeah, you guys are like, well, take a direction, let's go. And then we cut over to Zeiston in the middle of the woods, being told basically to get out.
Wait, I think I am going to do the who you call or not who you call small. Actually, yeah, I think that is the one where I admit I'm wrong and then try to get a +1 on something.
Okay. This is this a discarded move? Or is this the
Yeah.
yeah. When you're frustrated about Overlooked gets the
Who you
party in
calling?
trouble, mark experience. You and the party get +1 forward getting out of trouble as long as you admit your fault. I don't think this one really applies because you weren't initially overlooked at all.
All right.
Like, and you didn't really.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're going for, but it's about getting your party into trouble and then getting them out of it. So,
Mhm.
all right. So,
All right. So then I'll put my hands up and like, all right. Yes, I admit I'm not a particularly good person, but I don't happen to like monarchies, and I figured we could help each other out.
we don't like people usurping the crown while the true king is in absence. We are still loyal to King Richard. It's Prince John's that's the problem. Little John speaks.
Oh, Crown's as good as bad as the others, as far as I'm concerned. But if you have a problem with it's Prince John, well, I think we can help each other.
And how, pray tell, could you help us?
Well, first of all, if you've not noticed my appearance, I am related to some of the guards, so I could perhaps be an inside person.
Okay, he's pondering that, so I'm going to have you roll another convince somebody on this one, because I think you said enough that he is considering your work. You are actually allowed to try to talk him into it. So roll plus heart again.
All right. Please
Yeah,
roll good this
I am
time.
really hitting on those heart stats that was felt like, oh, that's heart isn't that important. We don't.
Yeah.
The two moves
Yeah.
I am bad about making you guys roll are both heart related. So
Mm.
Now you're going to see where the value of the heart is.
I better start
7.
making some heart links then.
you don't use heart
So the
related.
Y,
Use your heart
Ansem the
stat.
Wise is
Oh,
very
heart
happy
stats.
with the sudden inclusion of all this heart cards.
All right, you got a 7 to 9. You got a 7 to 9 there. All right, they'll do it,
Alright.
but they need
Uh,
they'll do it, but they need some clear assurance or evidence first.
all right. Let's see. What type of evidence can I give them?
Okay, no, he's gonna ask for it because. All right. I like the way you think. What was your name?
Zeistund, at your service.
I like the way you think, Zyson, but right now you have a couple of dangling threads because, like, even though if you don't see eye to eye, I don't trust that the rest of the group that you are with. We need to make sure that you need to bring them here so we can make sure that they are on the level.
All right. Uh, I probably need to find the road so I can get to them again. I get some directions.
Little John will escort you to the road.
All right.
So,
Of course, me not knowing they left.
Well, I mean, to be honest, we're probably going to stay on the road. There's
well, you
no
guys had to
direction that.
yeah. So I guess you
There's no.
went further down the road is the way you went after you
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
The...
There's no reason for us not to be on the road because if we're looking for a library, it's probably on a road.
Yeah. So actually,
I
it
mean-
kind of makes you get to the Zyson gets the road. He actually intercepts the group relatively because he ran down the road away from the. What I'm gonna say.
Right, right. And we're going the same way, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for you. So, You see as you kind of crest over, round a bend in the woods. This is towards the rest of not the non-Zeisen party. You see Wolf Zeisen being escorted by a large bear, the one you saw from before.
Are they like close enough to like? Do we just encounter each other, or do we see each other from a long way away?
You see them down the road a bit, just as you kind of turn around like a blind corner kind of thing.
Oh, great! Here comes trouble. I'm taking Darklink serious. I'm taking Darklink.
No, Villain says that in character. Zeisen or the bear?
Well, I know what trouble Zeiston is. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure which one was more of a problem.
So you kind of reunite with the. So unless you guys do anything, you eventually end up with Zeisen and his new companion, Little John, who he has introduced himself to you in the walk back to the road. He seems to be a bear of few words.
Ah. You know, next time you could include us in your running away plan.
Well, it's not really a runaway plan. It's more just a runaway instinct.
Yeah, just leaving us alone. That sounds like a great guy. What a good guy.
Is Sohoy
who's your
umbrella? Because I believe he's throwing some shade here.
Yeah, and I'm like, anyway, who's your person with you?
Everyone, this is Little John. He's a bear of few words.
Yep.
I specifically on Little John, I look all the way up at him, but I just like shrug. I'm just like, okay.
Don't worry. In real life, he's very big.
Little John. Oh, really? Good backup and fight. Don't worry. In real life, he's very big. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
He kind of gestures you off to the road and says, "Come on."
Yes, we're gonna meet Robin Hood.
Ah, the illustrious Robin Hood.
Who?
How does Lara feel right now? Like, what is going through Lara's head? Like, you ran away from Scar's...
Very unsure about the fact that we are helping thieves.
Look, yeah, that's right.
You've been stealing I don't have to act royalty.
Excuse me.
Hey, love, you've been working with Zeisen for a long time. I don't think his stealing should suddenly bother you now.
More that as a group, we are helping people steal. Like, very, very unsure about that, being a knight and being someone who does actually work for royalty.
Yep,
So, I feel like right now, Lara's opinion of royalty is very colored by her experiences with Arthur.
Yes.
So...
Alright, well, I just want because you've been quiet, so I just kind of wanted to know what your head's... No, it's fine, it's fine.
I was preoccupied with planning something.
No.
That's fine.
This is something I would bring up to her in character as well. Like, I imagine as we were, maybe that is something I brought up because Lara looks a little concerned. I'm like, look, this is indeed Robin Hood in the fact, at least from the tales, since you put so much influence on who they're supposed to be. But normally, he is said to be a hero of the people who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. You know, equality and all that.
So he's like a good guy who hates the king.
That was Jane was talking to you.
Oh, sorry.
We're talking on the way up.
Okay.
My character actually said like, oh, so he's like a good guy who just hates the king.
No, we need to be clear. He hates the prince who usurped the king.
I mean, Sohoy might not really pay attention to
I
difference.
think that's Zeiston correcting Sohoy.
I mean, if we're talking about it right in front of everybody, okay.
No. I imagine this was me trying to explain a little bit before we actually met up with Zeisman, but
let's just go to the explanations here. Let's just do the explanations right in front of everybody.
Yeah.
We're already here. There's no reason
Yeah.
to rewind.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
it's fine.
Because right now, before you guys weren't working with them, but like being gestured with Little John, that would be more of the prompt.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Besides, we might not have walked at all, so barely walked. I'm like, okay, so he's like the good guy who just hates the king, and then you say the prince thing. Okay.
I might have forgot, but I want to make a heart link with Robin Hood.
Okay, roll plus heart. You've been doing a lot of that today.
Yeah.
Is that your worst stat, isn't it? Or is that no? It's not.
No, light is, which I wanted to make a light link, but since Robin Hood doesn't like me, it's like, oh.
You can like someone without them liking you back.
All right, then let's do light because I need a light
mark
link.
Experience and roll a -1.
Mm-hmm.
Good, yay!
Okay.
7. Woo!
You get your light link.
So, question. So we've already met Prince John, right?
No, you have not.
We have not yet. Okay, because
we met guards.
There is somebody that I am going to want to make a heart link with, but they have not shown up yet.
Yeah. Oh, I think if you're going for who I think you're going for, makes sense.
Hiss. I'm going either Hiss or the Sheriff of Nottingham.
All right. So
to make kind of like an early heart link with them before everything gets like discovered on who they actually are, what they're actually like, all that stuff.
Oh crap! There's
Okay.
space in that name. I forgot. Oh, that's gonna mess things up.
So, Jane, out of curiosity, who were you thinking that I was leaning towards? Jane?
Sorry, what?
Who were you thinking I was leaning towards? You said you had an idea on who I was thinking of.
No, I was thinking a very different person.
Who were you thinking?
Marion?
Ooh, that is a good idea, actually. That's a really good idea. That's a better idea.
Let's move forward. We'll make links when we get there.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
So, anyways, eventually you end up into the clearing. You see the fox from before quickly packing up his camp. So it's like that didn't take you. He looks as I said, it's like that didn't take you long.
See, I deliver.
So I guess I'll.
It doesn't help that those guards are almost as dumb as a pair of rocks.
Hey, be kind to rocks. So you bear witness at last to the legendary outlaw Robin Hood. So but anyways, your friend here has offered to try to help me out with some endeavors here, but I wanted to talk to the rest of you to see if you guys are going to be problematic in the long run. Specifically you, he says, pointing to Lara. You put up
Looks a lot more proper.
You gave quite a chase to me earlier, but
Since it's given that, please don't mess this up, Laura.
Lara.
Yes.
Yeah. Hood specifically addressing you.
Yeah. What was it that he said?
Like he said, I want to know what's your deal basically, because you were chasing me earlier. So what is your
position?
Yeah, what is your what do you want out of this situation? Like, where do your loyalties lie?
Yeah. I'm a knight for a king.
But remember, the king's the good guy. The prince is the bad guy, huh? How many princes do you know? No, I'm saying this. This is Sohoy being like, aha.
How many princes do you know?
And to be fair, remember, not all kings are as honorable as your king.
Let's see, is Mordred alive yet? Is Mordred been born yet?
Are you saying that?
That's me thinking it. Okay. Thinking it, not in character. Out of character.
Yeah. Alright, so you're a knight. Well, I doubt you do not seem like the I don't recognize you because I would have probably known if you were one of the ones, and you're not dead, so you probably weren't one. I don't recognize you, nor are you dead, so I doubt you're one of the ones who was sworn to King Richard. Of course, as far as Prince John is concerned, he is the king, so.
No, I serve a king from another land.
You must be doubly careful.
If it helps, Laura's the biggest do-gooder I know.
That I don't disagree or agree with that. The problem is Prince John's advisor, he's a real snake. But he's been telling him that he should arrest anyone who comes in from a foreign land.
Huh.
And he insists on interrogating them.
Oh.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Well,
do you have a place where we could say we're from then?
Because we're all from a foreign land.
Try to blend in. I mean, you guys probably aren't as skilled with disguise as I am, but
just walk casually.
Yeah, just don't draw attention to yourself.
So do you have an excuse for us?
What do you mean an excuse for you?
Yeah, we should get a little bit. Where are we, by the way? We kind of stumbled into these lands, so we don't necessarily know all the local.
My joke did not land. It was just confusing.
Yes, it was. I do not know what you were intending.
No, that it says like, okay, just blend in. Try not to get noticed. I'm like, okay, so do you have something to do for when we're inevitably noticed and cause a lot of problems? Because we're going to do that.
All right. So
slow path to self-awareness continues.
Well, most of the townsfolk are good, honest folk. I wouldn't try to put too much on them because they have it rough as it is. Prince John has decided that he needs to tax every cent they need to sustain themselves, just to line his coffers. But in a pinch, like the people don't want us are good. They're good people, and they most of them will help out when they need if they can. They have to take care of themselves too.
Of course.
Look, I'll give you guys a map to the barracks here. I just need to know what their next move is. Like if you can infiltrate that into there, and get that information, then what you're gonna do with that? You're gonna find the monastery on the edge of town. Ask for Friar Tuck. He'll be able to get the information to me.
Alright.
Alrighty then.
Hold on. Where's a library?
Oh yes. I look over there now because Millen. That gentleman over there.
I mean, there's
the
probably
whole
one at
reason
the
we're even in
castle.
this town is we're apparently searching for a library of some sort.
I think there's one in the castle. The king's advisor likes using it, I know.
Alright.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So it's like he's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah. Are we? Yeah.
cut to the town.
Cut to the town. I feel like there's a thing in between these things where Zeiston has volunteered us for this, and we didn't necessarily agree.
Well, he's saying he needs the information. Like Zeison's the one who promised to go into the barracks and get that information. Like he was
Yeah,
mostly
okay.
talking to Zeiston. Like he just wanted to make sure you guys
Okay,
weren't going to betray him.
Narc on him. Got it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I just need to know the meaning of the word narc.
Liaison in this situation.
What does it mean? Why are you saying it?
So yeah, you see the village. You see an owl in a pair of stocks that says tax debtor in the middle of town. Like the place looks like it has seen better here. You see a sign that says "Welcome to Nottingham" on the edge of town.
I look exactly like with this like.
Does this town have a problem with pig-based delicacies?
What?
Not a ham.
Oh,
Ah!
I see what you did there.
That's pretty terrible, but I approve.
Laura, you feel as you walk into town, you feel like you're being watched.
Mm-hmm.
No one else has that feeling, just you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the predatory feeling. Got it.
Not the predatory feeling. This is just you feel like you're being watched right now.
Well, she is a squirrel.
That doesn't mean squat. She didn't feel watched until she stepped into town. What do you guys do?
All right. Well, I will head to the castle and say I'm reporting for duty.
Yeah, you actually head to the barracks that are just outside the castle.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, what is the rest? I just kind of want to know what the positioning of what everyone else is kind of doing. So, Tyson's going to impersonate his way into the barracks.
Sohoy is going to look around town. He probably, once he sees the thing in the stocks, he's probably going to be looking at, I want to say human misery, but looking at furry misery.
Yeah, furry misery. There you go.
Furry misery. He's going to gawk at it.
And what's Laura doing
shake
right
my
now?
head a little bit, seeing this.
Let's see.
You just wound up in town of Nottingham, which in this version is right adjacent to the castle to make things convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Zeisen went off to the barracks. Sohoy is gawking at personal misery.
So I'm alone right now then.
You're as alone as you want to be.
Well, yes, I figured.
So you can be alone if you want to.
Okay. Well, I figured seeing as you said like that, I feel like I'm being watched right now, right?
Yep.
So I think it works better for me to be alone right now.
Okay. So what do you do with this feeling of?
We're kind of keeping low, I imagine, for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm just looking around, trying to figure out what I'm being watched by exactly.
Roll plus heart,
which is 0.
Yep. It is 0 because you swapped it with your dark. Yep.
8.
All right, get to ask one question from Deep Dive.
Um. see. What is the biggest threat here?
Okay. You kind of like looking around you, and then you suddenly it kind of clicks in your head. You know why it's this feeling? You're being scried on.
Ooh.
There's a magic user here.
Ooh. Interesting.
Like, unfortunately, like this, you don't have anything right now that could just disrupt it. But apparently, they're watching you specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of as you're kind of looking around, you see a stoat in a nice.
A stoat? What's a stoat?
They're kind of like a weaselly
Oh, okay.
kind of thing. He's well dressed. It looks like he's kind of you know what? He looks like a messenger.
Okay.
He just he approaches you and hands you a letter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more like a postcard. It says it's an invitation. You are duly invited to the library of Sherwood to meet with the king's advisor.
All right.
And once you look as you read it, when you look up, the messenger is gone.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Well, I think at this point, I'm feeling that there's a possibility that whoever sent this letter is probably who is scrying on me.
Mm-hmm.
Because they knew exactly where I was and knew when to send the letter.
Oh,
Are you telling
I just figured
anyone
out what this was. I know what this is. Anyway, go ahead.
Are you telling any of your compatriots where you're going?
No.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm trying to find
Yay,
someone
keeping
else,
secrets!
I guess. After. All right. Yeah. Anyway,
immediately.
oh, I hope.
I'm like,
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
What? I didn't quite hear what you said.
I'm just thinking to myself.
Oh.
Anyway, so the rest of us, are you gonna go to Zeistund or what? Zeistund probably needs to move. Makes sense.
Actually, I kind of want to do this because this is the stuff. There's exposition here. I want to get going.
Okay. Yes,
This
but I think I know what's going on here.
Well, I regardless if it is or is not after we're done, I want to know what your brain was thinking here.
Here, let me type it down and then put it in a saved document.
Mm-hmm. So.
Okay.
As Laura approaches the front gates, the guards kind of bar your way, but you show them the invitation, and they, one of them begins to, goes in and starts escorting you through the castle, and you find yourself in a modest library.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking like Belle's library or Beast's castle library, but it is a decent library. You kind of look over the tomes. A lot of these tomes actually are ones you're familiar with. I guess this is it's like it draws from the same pool as Camelot draws from, being metafictional versions of England. So, but as you do that, you hear a door open and you see a rat come out.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if if that's what you guys were thinking or not.
Here.
Finding any tome to your liking there. The rest, says Solara.
see.
The voice does seem familiar.
Okay. I think I know who it is.
The right kind of grabs a tome and says, "This one is quite a good read, but pretty sure you are already familiar with it." He kind of sets it down on a small table nearby. Looking at it, it's a tome about transfiguration.
Of course.
So as he kind of like, so tell me, to what do I owe your return here?
Turn?
You returned to my life.
Oh.
Apparently it was not
Oh, yes.
as a parrot flies onto his shoulder.
Aha!
To those who are watching at home and haven't put together the same pieces that all the players have at this point, it's Jafar, who, back in Agrabah, Lara turned into a rat.
Is he still a rat right now, you said?
He's a rat person.
He's an
anthropomorphic rat.
Yeah.
Rat.
Yes.
So in other words, he literally is having so much trouble with this magic that he can't even turn himself into a different animal.
Well, it probably
because he obviously
and under the same logic, you've been like, I've been a squirrel a million times. Well, he's a rat when he literally entered the world, so the world's like, okay. Despite the fact that he's clearly got more affinity with snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I originally thought it was gonna be a cobra, like.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah, you have to remember
there
that
was a bait and switch when I called him a snake of an advisor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is literally a snake that was an advisor in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you were saying that. I was like, well, there is. I was like, well, it makes sense because there is literally a snake that is an advisor.
Anyway, so
his actual advisor is a snake. Good.
I mean, seriously.
But
anyway,
once it's like, oh, it's stole away, I'm like, oh, wait.
He killed Ka. No, not Ka. Hiss.
Hiss.
Son Hiss. I love Hiss.
So he's just like, kind of leans onto the chairs. So please, what was not enough? Bring me into a rat? Dooming all of Agrabah?
Dooming Agrabah?
Yes.
In what way did I doom Agrabah?
Of course, you went on your merry way. You didn't stay to see what your actions brought. There was a wedding. Prince Ali and Princess Jasmine, together in wedded bliss.
Congratulations to them.
Yes, and as they said, as they became officially wed, time stopped.
Oh no!
And things
fucked up.
Came from places beyond our world. Only through my own magical gifts was I able to avoid the time stop itself. And the only reason, and as these things consumed the people of the place, I had just wanted to rule over. I'd make no heading of the claim of what my goals were.
All I wanted was to rule over it.
I did not
nothing else.
I did not want the city destroyed.
I was innocent.
But thankfully, I managed to find the lamp, and I managed to make one wish before they got that, and I wished to be sent far from there, and apparently not far enough from you. So yeah, I ask you again, to what do I owe this intense displeasure?
Well, why are you here?
I am here because this is where the second enchantress dropped me off.
The second enchantress.
Yes, as it turns out, you're not the only one. Deal with it.
Oh, snap.
Morgana.
Ah, you do know her. It's a small world. Smaller than it was before I lost my home.
Come on, you didn't go for that joke.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Jane. I had to
No,
some ear bleeding.
I was saying you could say it's a small world after all.
Yes.
If you didn't go for that joke, so.
Yeah. Honestly, actually, I think this is a point where we're going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I got the reveal that I really wanted to get revealed.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pick up like Zeiston's thread and everything else, and the full interaction of Jafar and Lara.
You mean Jafara?
Jafara.
I do not ship
Is that our ship name? We need a ship name?
Apparently.
I mean, you both have like the same hobby with birds, like.
That was actually why I had Iago show up at all, was just because the fact that Archimedes, Iago, there is some deliberate symmetry being made.
Yeah.
Symmetry.
All right, but now it's time for end of session move. All right, I'm going to start off with Laura here.
Okay.
Did you find that you sorry, here it is. Did you connect to someone, change your perspective, or take care of yourself?
I think I'm changing my perspective.
All right. When you change your perspective, explain how you view someone in a different light, then change the type of link you have with them and mark experience. Alternatively, you don't have a link with Jafar right now, so if you want to connect to someone, you can make a link with Jafar.
I'm gonna do something crazy.
Okay.
I want to make a heart link with Jafar.
That's what I was thinking you were going. That's what I was hoping you would do.
Yep.
Because I feel like right now that makes sense.
Because, and the biggest thing is that, okay, so Agrabah has basically been destroyed.
Yep.
Which goes back all the way to my first home.
Mm-hmm.
Which was not Camelot, but Radiant Garden.
Yep.
Which was destroyed by Heartless.
I have to do something. Apparently, I gave you 2 different links with Millen, and that is why your thing is glitching.
Ah. Aha.
Obviously, she's extra linked to villain.
Apparently?
Yep. So.
I have my first heart link.
Heart.
What? Laura, the heart link? What is this madness?
Right, yep. There's a heart link with Jafar. Alright. Zeiston, connect with someone, change your perspective, or take care of yourself.
I took care of myself.
Alright. I'm going to have to figure out an additional alternative for this, because we have not been actually getting into fights, so healing harm isn't terribly useful. But explain how you recovered or were refreshed.
Well, if I may make a small thing, just as an addition, you can reactivate a locked link as a minor thing.
Oh yeah, I'll say that you can refresh. You can either refresh a spent link or heal harm. That's fine.
No, when I heard "take care of yourself," I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I was selfish this episode, so that was my taking care of myself."
No, it's like self-care kind of thing. You were
okay. Now I know.
Yeah, but it still is internal, because it's not about you're not connecting or changing how it looks to the thing. Your attention's focused on you. So okay. You know what? I'm going to say it. Just change this a little bit. Either clear heal one harm or mark experience. That's what I'm going to say.
I'll mark experience, sure.
Those are usually roughly equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right. Danox, did you change your perspective, connect to someone, or take care of yourself?
Oh, I do see. I did want to form one up, and that's why I was trying to be curious of like if Zeiston's connection with Robin Hood extended to me because of my one ability, but since he didn't really mention me, I doubt it. So I think I'm gonna have to just make a link with Robin Hood.
All right. So, yeah, explain how you're connected to them, and then what kind of link you have. So, like, just basically explain.
I think what I see is because of how he is respectful enough to interact with, to give a lot of respect, but he's also scammy it, scoop, interesting enough to also be very roguelike like Zeiston. Mm-hmm. So I definitely see some of my friends and those teammates in Robin Hood. So I think what I might have to do is make a light link with him.
Okay. All right.
He's a good boy.
Did you?
I mean,
no. This is just it. Just happens. Nope. These are not rolled.
Okay.
So, do you connect to someone, change your perspective, or take care of yourself?
I mean, I didn't really. Yeah, the problem is I didn't really meet any anybody. Like, I didn't really meet Robin Hood enough, and like the big moment of what my decision on who he is like next, but not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really change my opinion on anything, so I guess I'd take care of myself. Except I didn't really take care of myself either. It was a pretty short amount of time.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where it just you were kind of out of the limelight at the beginning.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I have a quick question. Did my link move trigger when I made a link with Robin Hood?
Nope, you rolled a 7. So
no,
I gave you the link, and
whenever I make a.
Yes, but when you roll a 7, either you get a different link or your link move doesn't go off. So I just gave you the link. So. So that's all there is to that. Right. Okay, so do you want to? So since you're full on health, just mark XP variance there, and I acknowledge that. I'm gonna draw one moment. It was just the kind of like that moment with Millen and saying saying like, as much as I like, basically him saying as much as I miss him, you have something that's better, and I think that's something you can draw a little bit more. It kind of refreshed you a little bit in the sense that kind of like saying like, hey, I have some stuff that Silas doesn't have.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like other friends. Oh,
owned.
Right.
Wrecked.
Silas's only friend was Millen. You already have more friends than that.
Yeah, to be fair, I think Millen's only friend was Silas, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. He was surrounded by parental figures, all of which you betrayed him.
Now you know how Roxas felt.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he was surrounded by parental
figures. The connections to Roxas keep getting bigger, honestly.
Oh, yeah. No, we need Millen to say, I'll be there to bring you back.
Alright. As always, you can join us on our Discord with a link down in the description to chat with us, discuss the channel, or channel adjacent topics, or whatever else you want to. Like, how is Jafar just a rat? I guess. I don't know. I can't always think of a funny joke here, okay?
Well, I think he's just a rat in the cage.
Anyways, you can also follow us on Twitter at Tales Across to get updates from us and be notified when the channel goes live. Character art is done by friend of the show, Carl. Links below to their DeviantArt and Ko-fi account. Finally, like and subscribe to get both future content and help us reach a wider audience. So, to those watching us in the past, present, and future, don't inadvertently doom worlds you're trying to save. And good night.